You know the feeling. You're looking at your phone. Maybe it's a comment on a post, a snide email from a colleague, or a text from someone you actually trusted. You haven't even finished the last sentence, but you feel it, a tightening in your jaw, that sudden, dry heat in your chest. Before you've even processed the words, your brain is already writing the comeback. Your thumbs are hovering over the screen. You need to hit back. You feel like you have to. But here's the reality. That burning pressure, that's not you being strong. That's you being hijacked. Marcus Aurelius got this, and not in some dusty academic way. He lived it. Look, the man didn't have a smartphone, but he had people in his face every single day. He dealt with senators who lied to him, and generals who were literally plotting to take his job. He couldn't just hit block or mute. He had to lead an empire while keeping his head on straight. What he had was a fortress, but it wasn't made of stone. It was what he called the inner citadel. It's that part of you that can't be touched or rattled by anyone on the outside, unless you let them in. And that's the tragedy today. Most of us leave our gates wide open when someone throws something toxic at you and you scramble to catch it. You just let them in. Think about the 30 seconds after you get a provocative message. Your attention isn't yours anymore. Your mood, your focus, maybe even your sleep tonight, it all belongs to them now. That's not just an annoyance. That is a massive transfer of power. The Stoics weren't robots. They didn't say, feel nothing. They just said, choose what you give your energy to. The zero response method is how you make that choice. It works in 3 steps. Step 1, flip the perspective. When a toxic message hits your inbox, your first instinct is to make it about you, your reputation, your worth, your ego. It isn't. It's actually an event about the person who sent it. Marcus Aurelius used to write notes to himself, private journals, where he reminded himself that every single day he'd meet people who were arrogant, dishonest, and mean. He didn't get outraged, he just understood. Think about it. A person who goes out of their way to try and wound you is someone governed by something, broken inside themselves. Their insult is a map of their character, not yours. You don't have to like it, but you do have to separate their words from your identity. This is why I use the sovereignty log. It's hard to keep this perspective when your heart is racing. I created the log specifically to help you externalize these moments, to get the toxic heat out of your head and onto paper, where you can look at it logically. It turns an emotional ambush into a tactical observation. Remember, the insult stays with the sender. Don't volunteer to carry it for them. Step 2, the 3-second rule. This isn't a theory, it's a physical circuit breaker, and it works. The second you feel that heat rising, that desperate urge to fire back a text or win an argument, you just stop. Not for an hour, not even for a minute. Just 3 seconds. Close the app, put the phone face down, take 1 slow breath. Those 3 seconds are enough to break the link between the hit and your reaction. Look, neuroscientists call this pattern interruption. The Stoics called it the gap. I just call it refusing to be a puppet. Honestly, it doesn't matter what you call it. Those 3 seconds are the only place where your freedom actually lives. You're not pretending the anger isn't there. You're just refusing to let it sit in the driver's seat. There's a massive difference between feeling angry and letting that anger make life decisions for you. The pause is everything. Remember, 3 seconds every single time. By the way, if you're finding value in this level of tactical calm, consider joining us. This channel is for the people who are tired of being reactive and ready to start being intentional. Hit subscribe and turn on the notifications. It's how you stay locked into the architecture we're building here. Step 3. The logic of silence. Now this is where we shift from a simple coping trick into a real philosophy of life. See? Most people think silence is a sign of weakness. They think if you don't fire back, the other person wins. They assume that if you don't defend yourself, you're basically admitting they're right. But that is exactly backwards. Choosing not to respond isn't a retreat. It's a strategic withdrawal from a fight that was never worth your time in the first place. Think about it. There's no rule that says 2 people have to fight just because one of them decided to throw a punch. You can just step out of the arena. Epictetus, a man who was born into slavery and owned nothing except his own mind, put it simply, some things are in our control, and some things just aren't. What someone says about you, not in your control. How you respond, entirely yours. That is your sovereignty. Think about this. It's an image that changes everything. If someone tries to hand you a physical gift you don't want, you just don't take it, right? You leave them standing there, holding the box. An insult is exactly the same. If you don't react, if you don't reach out and grab it, they're still holding it. It's still their weight, their heat, and their problem, not yours. See, silence isn't about losing an argument. Silence is simply declining to accept a burden that was never yours to carry. And look, it doesn't happen overnight, but slowly, toxic people stop reaching for someone who never reaches back. Drama requires 2 people to survive. If you remove yourself, the whole thing just collapses. This kind of calm isn't passive. It's a choice. It's a muscle you have to work every single day. Some days, you're going to fail. You're going to fire back that text. That's fine. This isn't about being perfect. It's about returning over and over again to the choice. The choice to protect what actually belongs to you. Your attention, your energy, and your peace. But here is the hard truth. You can't suddenly decide to control your reactions at noon when your phone is blowing up and your world is already on fire. The fortress doesn't build itself in the middle of a battle. It's built in the quiet hours. It's built at 6 a.m. before the notifications start, before the noise kicks in, and before the world demands a single thing from you. If you haven't seen my briefing on the Marcus Aurelius morning routine yet, the actual architecture that makes this level of discipline possible, you need to watch that next. Build the fortress before you need it. I'll see you there.